Special test drive today in the 2006 Ford Mustang Saleen Extreme S281. You don't see these cars very often. In 2006, I believe they only made 163 of these. This one here being number 153. This is a beautiful example of one. Very good condition, super low miles at 18,000 miles since new in 2006. These cars are amazing. I've had the privilege of driving two of them now. Absolutely in love with them. I fell in love with the last one that I drove, and I'm sure I'm going to love this one too. They have an amazing sound. Drive anything like a standard Mustang GT, you would be mistaken. Saleen's always been a big name in the game when it comes to Mustangs. Built some very potent machines. For the S197 chassis, the S281 SC Extreme was kind of their holy grail. These cars are in a league of their own. Saleen took the 3-valve 4.6 out of these cars and had forged internals put in, forged aluminum rods, forged steel cranks. I mean, these cars, the 4.6 was finessed to handle a ton more power than the standard 4.6 made. Now, the standard supercharged Saleen did make 460 horsepower, but that wasn't enough for the Extreme. The Extremes make 550 brake horsepower. And this one has a couple mods. JLT Series 3 cold air intake. Cook's long tube headers. Makes a beautiful noise. It has been tuned. These are an amazing car. These cars, not only do they get a bunch of engine upgrades, including that awesome Saleen supercharger. They took the stock 5-speed gearbox out and swapped in a 6-speed, which makes these cars even better to drive. Short throw shifter, 410 gears in the rear end, and paired with that 6-speed, those 410s are very livable, but still give you the acceleration that you're looking for. I mean, these cars are just absolutely amazing. When they came out, and they still are amazing. Plenty of power on tap. Whenever you want it. 60s in a blink of an eye. And they're just super easy to drive. Usually with a car making this type of horsepower, you have some drivability sacrifices that you have to make, and it's just not the case with these. Not only were the drivetrain, the transmission gone through, and the rear end gone through, but the suspension as well as a full racecraft suspension underneath this car. So not only is it a straight line terror, it is an awesome handling machine. grip and hook like this car does. It's very usable horsepower, which is the most impressive part of this. Hellcats Challengers are good straight line cars, but these Saleen's Extremes are in a league of their own. This one here has been beautifully maintained. Drives like new, shifts beautifully. Suspension's nice and firm, but still comfortable to drive. The seats are awesome. They grip you, they hold you. And they were special made just for these cars too. The whole gauge package, I mean, everything just lets you know that you are not in a standard Mustang GT or just even a standard Saleen. These were kind of the end all be all Saleen when they came out. The aero package is very aggressive. The custom hood with the heat extractors, the front end, the custom grille, as well as the extension on the rear end where they added just about 6 inches to these cars. I mean, it is just amazing. I'm going to drop it into third gear here. I mean, just unbelievable amounts of power, and that power band is so easy to find. And just driving this car, I mean, you get the awesome supercharger whir, and paired to the long tube headers, the car just growls and roars as it comes to life. It's just an awesome machine. This one is an excellent example